is Jenna Smith, and this is my facility evaluation project. I chose to do my project specifically on Fort Bragg because it is very close to home. This map here is a general area and view of Fort Bragg. Fort Bragg is on the soil of Hoke County and Cumberland County, and it is important because it's important to the community and the country. To help with the community, soldiers assist in natural disasters such as hurricanes, tornadoes, and things like that, as well as with riots and those measures. We have seen here more recently that those things are around us, and it's good to know that we have that backup right around the corner. It serves the country by fighting overseas and just all around protecting American citizens. Fort Bragg contains the Airborne Command Station as well as the 82nd and 101st Airborne Division. This clip here is some soldiers actually from Fort Bragg, and if you will watch, they are getting ready to jump. These are some of the things that those soldiers do every day training. Fort Bragg also holds the Special Forces headquarters, and so that means a lot. Fort Bragg is the only base big enough to test updated airborne artillery. So that means that the biggest, most explosive missiles are going to be here. And later we'll see why that's important. Alright, so the population count of Fort Bragg. On the base, there are around 57,000 military personnel. There are 11,000 working civilians and 23,000 family members. This is a lot of people. Fort Bragg is one of the largest military complexes in the world, so there are the people there. This is also another key factor. So what would happen if Fort Bragg was attacked? So that is the big question. If attacked, the consequences of an explosion would result in the minimum of destroying anything in a 15-mile radius. If Fort Bragg is exploded, there at the minimum, 15 miles around is going to be no good. Because the base is known for housing the airborne artillery weapons, they could also be deployed during an attack. So if they're housing these big weapons here and people know that those weapons are being housed, if they bring bombs in and drop them on those bombs, North Carolina's done for. And wind conditions and other factors do play a role in that, because that wind can spread those debris and such and cause more harm to more people. Fort Bragg produces $31 million a day back into the American economy. This is around $11 billion a year. So this is a lot of money. If something was to happen to Fort Bragg, then that would definitely affect our economy, and that would not be good. Preventative measures in order to prevent the attacks and deaths. All U.S. military bases must conduct safety drills, and bases must have installed most bases have installed campus-wide broadcast systems. So these are your systems that come overhead and say, alert, alert, tornado or natural disaster, active shooter, take cover, find a safe place, those things. Evacuation plans have been prepared and are used during natural disasters, more or less hurricanes, because that's what North Carolina is prone to. But they have not had to be evacuated due to an attack in those circumstances. So plans are in place for that attack, but the question is, if that plan is needed, how much time will the civilians and soldiers have to get out of there? And even if they do get out of there, if it's blown up, like we said, in a 15-mile radius, everything's gone. So these soldiers are putting their life at risk every day, and it's very important to understand that. These are some of the measures taken by military personnel to prevent attacks and things of such. So who would target Fort Bragg? Fort Bragg would be an ideal target for terrorists. There is many people, as stated. There's a potential for a high casualty rate because of the things that are kept on the base and because of how big the base is. This base also houses the Airborne Command Station and the Special Forces headquarters. So if those were wiped out, then it's going to cause some havoc in the United States. You know, your special forces take out those are your special missions overseas and things. You know, there's a lot that could go wrong. In conclusion, I believe that it is vital for the U.S. military to always monitor who and what is going on around the base at all times. Usually, attacks can be prevented if they are detected, but the problem is that they go undetected, and when they are finally detected, there's nothing really that they can do because of time. So it's very important to detect casualties and the risk for casualties as early as possible.